It was shocking and quite confronting. I think it's quite important and necessary for us to understand global conflicts that don't only affect us but definitely affect many of our compatriots, as we have a lot of Chinese Australians living in the country as well.
It's quite an impactful movie. One of the panelists mentioned a quote by Stalin: "One death is a tragedy and a million deaths is a statistic." And I completely agree with that quote. We really need more movies or documentaries like this that show how this can affect the everyman. Just these like 3 personal stories to really empathize with that.
That must be terrifying to the Communist Party of China itself, to be told so boldly, you're going down. And that was a very express message today, and I don't think I'm exaggerating what I heard.
在澳大利亚新州议会获奖纪录片《国有器官》举行了悉尼首映，观众表示，影片讲述的家庭寻亲故事真实感人，中共活摘器官罪恶令人震惊。
I think it's appalling that this is done to people like that, and that the world isn't screaming, why is this happening and why are we not, taking more action? Because I feel that it's wrong what's being done, and most people are unaware that this is like this.
新州上议院议员麦克唐纳表示，让澳洲民众了解活摘器官的问题非常重要。
I'm sure that people aren't aware that there is organ harvesting going on. I think it's important that we raise the awareness, to educate the population of Australia so that, it stops.
长期调查中共活摘器官的加拿大著名人权律师麦塔斯和现场观众互动，他希望推动州议会和澳洲联邦政府对中共活摘器官问题采取行动。
So we just basically started on this campaign to get the law changed so that the people abroad wouldn't become complicit in the abuse in China.
I'm making the point about amending Commonwealth Crimes Act to include if an Australian citizen goes to China, has a transplant, and that cannot be verified, then you commit a criminal offence in Australia.
观众表示，这次放映活动让他们对法轮大法有了更深入的了解。
It's very important to understand that like Falun Dafa is like a pure expression of Chinese culture, and that the CCP is essentially restricting and just oppressing what is essentially Chinese culture.
新唐人电视台澳大利亚悉尼记者站采访报道。